Right, so this is the part where I get a little bit more into it and start soldering things, which I didn't actually expect to do, I didn't plan to do, but it's just a small soldering job. And I'm not going to do anything extreme, like desolder my PCIe sockets or anything like this. But in my old, okay, as you can see, already proven, just came on now. In my old computer case, I had these LED strips, which when I just recently checked them, they were completely off. It was just like one tiny LED in the middle on the lowest brightness. So that's didn't seem promising, and you'd think, what's the point of putting them in there if you can't see them? And that's a good point. I cannot answer that. So anyway, what I did was I ended up getting some new ones, but these cost significantly more and they're too huge, and I couldn't find warm white in them. I want warm white. I don't like the coldness of the just the white LEDs, so I chose that, and I got them cheaper. These are actually for dollhouse or train set, dollhouse, this kind of project. They're for these, but I decided just to get these because they were cheaper, and also all I need to do is just solder a Molex connector onto that. Speaking of soldering, I need to switch this on. Because I'll have to wait for it then. Actually, it's quite quick. It's a really nice soldering station. This clearly is not going to work. I mean, this got damaged by the heat. It's really brittle. As I said, it's really brittle, and it's proving me wrong by being so flexible now. But you're gonna have to take my word for it. It's brittle. It got, toasted completely by the heat of the computer, because it was like a tightly packed computer. Will you freaking prove me right? Take my freaking word for it. It's brittle. Anyway, it just kept snapping. The moment I took it out, it just snapped into all these pieces. And if you're gonna do something like this, and if you're not really in, you don't do electronics, and you're soldering on lying around somewhere, kind of a tutorial, really. It's just kind of showing you what I'm doing, really. Yeah, wire strippers, basic stuff. You will need some. Where's the solder? Where the freak is the solder gone? It'd help if I have some of that. Okay. Oh, okay, it's over here. I forgot to bring it. Right, so I have my little soldering box, which has flux, solder, and this cute little box. Okay. I've gone out and just used my power supply, which is I used to use for my electronics projects. It's not, I mean, you don't have to, it's a bit overkill, but since I've got it, might as well just use it. I mean, it's 0 to 20 volts, get in there. It's 0 to 20 volts, and it is up to 2 amps, which is basically, if these work on that, they're gonna work on my computer PSU. Freaking thing. Oh, and some tea if you're that way inclined. You need that too. I know I do. So you be careful not to spill it everywhere. Okay. So I'm gonna be careful not to put any flux or freaking lead into it. Yeah, I know. I like to live dangerously. Actually, I'm curious to see if this works, or how much of this works. I know this is adding more wires into my computer, and I don't like that, but just gotta find a way to manage them. I'm gonna start off with a lower voltage because I'm not that bothered about the voltage. It's more damaging my power supply, because I've dealt with voltages like 30 kilovolts. How's that sound? Low current though, so it didn't kill me. So it didn't kill me, yeah. Assuming that it automatically would. Okay. make sure all the wires out of the way. On. Oh, it kind of like works. But I've taken that all the way up to 20 volts. That's the only way how that's worked. There's two that don't work and there's one that does work. So clearly these two are guns. It's not like, the current's not jumping over there. Like at 12 volts, this is pathetic. Let me see if I can switch that lamp off so you can see. There you go. Now I need to get these stripped. I love these wire strippers. They're just so easy. People do ask me, I've got some strange hobbies. I do. I do a lot of weird things. I think it's the creativity in me. I used to do electronics projects. Done a bit of everything really. And I don't know, I guess growing up with only brothers sort of helps. Like take this inhibition away, because I know that girls, even though they kind of shy away from it because of all the stigma involved in it. It's socially known as not a girl's thing to do, but it's alright. The thing is, I don't know, it's not so hard. It's not so hard, you just gotta have an interest in it. When people tell me that I cannot do something, I just want to do it. I'm just like, get lost, I can. Who are you to tell me that I can't? So, and another thing is, I've had to do everything myself. I've had to do things for myself, and if you don't do it for yourself, who's gonna do it for you? Nobody. Right, so we have that, and these things are called helping hands. Now, I did not give them this corny name. This is a name that actually came with them already. But they're helpful, so yeah, helping hands are helpful. Okay, let's kind of like gunk these in flux. A little bit only, not too much. Basically the flux just guides the solder. So that's 300 degrees, and yeah, it's ready. Now I just need to tin these. So tin them. Yep, that's done. Okay, that's a lot of solder on there. Okay, that's done, that's tinned. And you know something? Stupid of me. I just got too carried away, and I forgot the fact that I need to actually test these first before I solder them. So kind of, yeah, forgot to mention Molex connectors. Just so if you don't know, the two blacks are basically the same. It's common ground negative. This is 12 volts. The red one is 5 volts. So you want the 12 volt one, because these LEDs are 12 volts. So just put that aside. That's already done for me. Thank goodness. Ground. And put all these three on here, and they should light up. That hand is not very helpful, is it? Helping hand got detached at the wrist. Okay. On. Hello. Oh, okay. Hello. Oh, okay, cool. I don't like clicky sounds. That is bright. That is pretty bright. Let me switch the lamp off. Okay, so that clearly works. And it is drawing how much? Can't see it. Yes, it's drawing 1/4 of an amp, which is fine. The red one looks pretty cool. It's gonna go on one side of the motherboard, and this one's gonna go on the back. This one's going on the front. They're all gonna shine on the motherboard, and they'll just be. This one will just be accenting some of the components which are already red, the heat sinks and stuff like that, the capacitors and all that. It will just be accenting them in a red color, which is good. I like that. That's enough. I don't like the whole thing lit as red. So yeah, that's good. Now switch that back on. Okay. So now we've done, we know that it's working. Let's just solder it onto this darn Molex and it's done. I know it's a bit overkill, but since I'm showing you guys, I might as well just do it properly. That rumbling you're hearing is the actual soldering station just adjusting itself. At the first time I bought this, I got I was a little scared of it. I'm wondering, it sounds like a very industrial rumbling. It's kind of peaceful doing this. It's nice and quiet. And just a slight sound of that rumble. It's kind of nice actually. Okay, we don't need that anymore because it's all fine now. We don't want anything loose. I'm gonna like pull slightly. Don't want anything loose because this bare wire coming out and detaching while it's inside the case is not good. If it touches anything, it's fried it. Yes, or shorted it or whatever. Make sure you insulate these very well. Yes, and my case is built is actually on the audio which I'm recording is recording on my new computer. So that's all good. Everything worked out fine. The build was perfect. Hackintosh is up and running, so is Windows on the other partition. And yes, I am done here. Helping hands, thank you. Putting you back now. Tea. Right, so I have installed the lights, the LED strips that I just soldered. The light is coming from this lamp, by the way, so you can see. One here underneath this extractor fan, so it doesn't underneath the fan, so that the LED is facing downwards. The reason for this is because if I sit here or somebody looks there, it's gonna shine right in the eye, and I don't like that. So I face it down, and these things can reflect it. The red one is underneath the radiator, just there. And the third ones are at the front, just underneath the front glass panel. Sorry, this is not on a tripod, and the audio is, you know, just on a normal camera microphone, which, you know, normally, normally I record with the condenser microphones, because I don't know, I'm a bit of a sound freak. I'm a bit of a perfectionist and everything, to be honest. Right, now is the big moment. I need to switch it on. Okay, moment of truth. Okay, that looks good. These two fans, they suck air inside and blow when it gets to 40 degrees. So they're not on all the time, so it's nice and quiet. Okay, this looks good. You can see the red one there at the side, and it's illuminating. I think it's more illuminated than that. So my motherboard is lit up. Okay. This one turns on when it's 40 degrees. This one turns on when it's 41 degrees. I don't know why I've done that, but kind of one way to... Right, it's all loaded up already. It's very quick. I'll take some photographs of it because obviously the camcorder will not do it justice. I need to get a new camera. I mean, this is good, but not great. I'm due an upgrade my camera soon. I just need to save up to do that. Just as I expected, the right at the back, the LEDs, they're not glaring out. They're facing downwards from the fan, from underneath the fan. that is looking like, in the screen it looks like it's blue. It's not, it's white. You see what I mean, the difference? This is cool white LEDs, and those are warm white LEDs. Warm white's nicer on the eyes. Okay, so it's all done now. Thank goodness. Once again, I do the strangest things at stupid o'clock in the morning. So, anyway. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for joining me if you've got this far. Hope you stick around for more stuff. Adios!